Welcome in, everybody. We have a very important update here, but before we start, I want to fill you in on what's going to be in it. First, we need to talk about XRP, and we'll look at the daily technical analysis as XRP reversed back down to the 0.386 S2, which is support 2. I'll explain that in more detail when we get into the update, but we did come down to about 0.3855 before we pulled back up. We also need to talk about how John Deaton alluded to the fact that we might not have a resolution until September in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Also, he also pointed to the date March 31st where key things need to be put in. So I'll read a little bit from an article so I can get you more informed on that. But we're also going to talk about the fact why you need to pay attention to the daily technical analysis. As again today on Sunday, the charts decided to reverse back down here and we ended up hitting the second support here in the zone. This is more of an overextension support. I'm going to tell you the importance of holding this. Otherwise, we could be looking at an even bigger, further downside here. Make sure to hit that like button as it will really help get me through the analytics and get more people in to see this update, as I believe more and more people should and deserve to see these updates. Good mid-afternoon, 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, February 19th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, as I stated before in the opening, we're going to get into what Johnny Deaton said. I have an article to read that will kind of impose his line of thinking on everybody so you can see exactly what he was saying. We have to take a look at the XRP chart, though, first. First and foremost, as we're down to 0.3885, and as I've been showing everybody, and this is just good terminology to start having when you're watching my channels, I have what I'll call S1, S2, which is support 1, support 2, or R1, R2, or resistance 1 and 2 on the immediate time frames, just so it's easier for you to be able to see what I'm talking about. So the S1 support here today, when we were looking, and that was the immediate support, was at 39 cents. The 389 is what we settled on. And that was that downtrending resistance that started to form here. First hit there, second hit over here. And we were just saying that this is what is starting to form. And it started to come in within a pattern here. And now we came back to the bottom side. But we had the 386 in the area, which is support 2. And that's the more critical support. If you break that, then you can come all the way back down to this downtrending support line. And that's down at the 3626 area, approximately, if you were to hit it. Well, it's actually a little bit farther than that. It's about 3606 if you hit it today, roughly. 361, we can say. So that is in that area. So right now, we're still fighting with the 386. As long as we hold the 386, we should be able to hold this and then possibly push back up into this area. My rabbit over here is being very loud. But the 386 level right here. So if we hold that, then we could actually come back up and possibly retest. It's approximately... If it happened today, it would be somewhere around the 405. We've been saying the 406 earlier, so 406 approximately. But we'll go into the 30-minute time frame, and as you come down a little bit farther, it would actually come up, and if it hit somewhere around here, you'd be about the 404 level we'd be looking at to break on the downtrending resistance, and that is the falling channel. So in the shorter time frame, I've started a falling channel here. We came back here on Tuesday, January 24th. And let me get the old drawing tool out real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So right here, we have that right there. First hit of resistance. Second hit. So I'm looking for a third hit over here to confirm a falling channel resistance. Because to me, you have falling channel support. 1, 2, 3, 4 times this is held as the falling channel support. We still had the downtrending support line. It was falling, lower lows. But we had a channel form. Here, we're falling resistance. 2 lower highs. Trying to find a third high to try to get a falling channel in here. If we can get 3 hits on resistance, 3 on support, we could confirm it. But right now, all we've confirmed is this downtrending support in the short term. This downtrending resistance as well, but we don't know if it's taking the falling channel or we're making this even more minute. And some are saying a broadening wedge. Some think that, descending triangle, which is a longer time frame, is the descending triangle. But we don't know what this is forming right now. We don't know what's happening here. Is this an inverted head and shoulders? Is this actually going to pop up and invalidate the rest of this pattern and catch up to some of the other patterns? That's what we have to pay attention to. And that's why I keep saying under 40 cents is an unbelievable deal. I believe we can get sub 20 cents, and ultimately I think that's what's going to happen. But that hasn't stopped me from buying sub 30, sub 35, sub 32, sub 40. And I haven't hit it. Sub 40, I'm buying XRP. Especially sub 30, I bought some. So you have to get on your game. You have to start figuring it out. If we lose this support, it would be a lot better, because then we'd come through here. It didn't even hold in here, so it's not even respecting that resistance. But still, resistance. And then that's kind of invalidated. All it did was come up here, and there's no reason to even have that. It's just showing you how important that level is as it's riding it down, as you can see. And then if you lose it, it comes through. But the main importance there is the 386. Don't let this little downtrend confuse you. That's just there because it seemed to be something that was forming coming down, and it was cause for concern for me. But a lot of people are getting confused with the fact that I'm saying a descending triangle. So the descending triangle doesn't come from this immediate short-term part of the pattern. It doesn't even come from this chart. The descending triangle, if you go back into the perpetual futures chart, the way I have it set up, you can very clearly see a descending triangle that goes much farther out in the pattern. Actually, I don't know if this is the right one now that I look at it. Let's go to the monthly. I think it is. Yeah, it is. But you can see if you take it out from right here, you've got all the way back here. You're starting back in May of 2021. So this is a multi-year descending triangle, as I'm calling it. Even though on the bottom, if it can break out, this could be a very bullish move if it did happen. But as of right now, even on this chart, you can see we're squeezed against this downtrending resistance. But we would have to get back up above. Here, let's show you this, because this is a good way to show it as well, because this confirms everything we're talking about. First thing we have to do is get back above here at almost 40 cents. That's why that's so important to get above the 40 cents, because if you're saying a long-term descending triangle, you've got to be at least above 40 cents to start making some of these higher moves. But that's why I'll continue to say, you don't know where it's going to go ultimately, so you better start building at every level. And then I get everybody saying, does that mean we're in a bull market? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's just take a look real quick before we see what Johnny Deaton said of how far we are down from the 2021 highs. You tell me if we're in a bull market. 2021, we went to $1.98 before we crashed. So $1.98. Are we in a bull market if right now XRP's at 38 cents? Well, we'll give it 39 cents because I'm being generous today. Ugh. Sorry, I have it in the daily. So, hold on. See, I'm being nice today. I'm saying it's at 39771 on this update, when we know it's under 39 cents. So even at that level, so we know we're down 80%. Let's just put it to where we're at. Not even all the way, but just at 392, we're at down 80.22% from the 2021 high. So again, if I told you back then you only had to spend $19.78, or better yet, 19.78 cents on the dollar to buy your XRP, you would have said, where do I sign? So my point is if you love XRP like I do, you better start buying it and build into it as we get to the actual bottom. What if we do go up from here? What if we never got sub 20 cents and we have to look ourselves in the face and say, damn it. And I have to say, I got it wrong. Well, yeah, but it's what I still thought ultimately was going to happen. But that's my end best case scenario is we get sub 20 cents and then we could, who knows, maybe we could get to 2 cents. Maybe we could get to 10 or 12. But ultimately, my best case scenario is XRP to break sub 20 and we go from there. So right now, we're already in the ideal situation when it broke 40 cents. And I can't pound my chest enough to say you need to start buying at all these levels sub 40 cents. Right now, you're down 80.22% if you bought it at $1.98. I bet you'd be fucking thrilled if you're in that position right now if I would have said you could buy it right now, even if it went down to 18 cents. The bottom line is what I'm buying now, I'm going to buy twice as much if it goes down that far, because let's face it, if I have 10,000 shares today and XRP goes down to 16 cents, I could buy another 10,000 shares even from here, and it would cost me like 60% less. So even if you bought all your shares at fucking 38 to 39 cents, you could still bring your overall purchase all the way down into the low 20s to mid 20s if you play it properly. And then if it goes lower, you can keep doing it. Like, if we're talking about XRP as the big dog, as in the future, we're going to be the future of finance. We're the future of money. We have the cross-border capabilities that many others don't. Even though a lot of others can send cross-border and borderless payments, but we have the technology to make it better. And we have the liquidity with the Ripple, with RippleNet and the ODL to actually run the basket of all of crypto so that we can actually convert. Let's say you have Algo, for example, and you live in Jerusalem. And my US dollar can't convert on the exchange because Algo isn't inept or isn't equated. And this is just an example, but it's not equated to be able to sell into the Jerusalem, whatever your fiat is. While XRP, if you just sell it or convert it into XRP, then you can sell the XRP even in Jerusalem, and that is convertible to the US dollar. That's what I believe XRP is actually doing here. And that's why I believe at some point it's going to have a stable coin price, not a traditional stable coin. And I'm saying it's going to be a high price, but it's going to have a set price so that it has a standard, because it's going to have to convert all money into traditional fiat. That's my theory. So if we're talking about XRP at a 20-something cent average, who are we fooling here? Or a 38 cent. These are, you've got to buy at these levels. And like I've told everybody for the last several months now, I'm approaching it like I'm buying gold and silver. I'm not selling it. And when it's under 40 cents, I'm going to buy it in a set schedule. And then when it gets up under 20 cents, and especially towards 12, I'm dropping the hammer. At one time, I only wanted 10,000 shares. I'm going to well exceed that. Many times. I'm going to have, now my new goal is 22,222 because it's giving me time to add up. My point is you've got to have a philosophy. You got to have a philosophy. And if you listen to the jabronis, you're not going to be able to do it properly. You need to listen to what I'm telling you and listen closely. So hopefully this message found you well. And now we're going to, I don't know why that popped up and down. I wanted that to stay up, actually. We're going to go into the article now. So I'm going to show you what Johnny Deaton said, and then I want to hear what you have to say in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button, as this is one of the best updates I've done probably ever. So, okay, so XRP lawsuit deadline closing in, or it will stretch. So attorney John Deaton, XRP holders lawyer, stated that motions might be sent in at the end of March and the end of September. So this is interesting, and this just came out 12 hours ago. So okay, so here we go. Ruling to delay an XRP lawsuit. Attorney James Deaton, XRP holders lawyer in the Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit, dropped massive news around the closing deadline for summary judgment. He stated that there is no such March 31st deadline as of now. There is a list of motions that have been pending for over 6 months. He added that these motions might be sent in at the end of March and the end of September. So everybody who keeps talking about the bullshit of March 31st, I keep trying to tell you, September is the last motion that can be sent in. So not March 31st. So that's another deadline that will likely come and go. But still, that is not a reason not to buy XRP if you have not bought any at 38 cents. If you have 100% of your portfolio intact, do me a favor and spend 2%. 2%. Just so you can get used to what it feels like. And then every 10% from there, every 5%, spend another 2%. Get a nice feel what it feels like to actually hold some XRP again. Understand what you're holding and how it's going to transform things and why you shouldn't be afraid to hold it at 38 cents. A lot of you are afraid not to buy it at $1.50. How are you afraid to buy it at 38 cents? Oh my God, you can buy it at 22 cents cheaper. You should be getting on your knees and praising the Lord and Savior that you can buy it at 22 cents after buying it at 38. All I want, even with all I own, and I'm not going to disclose exactly how much, is I want it to go under 20 cents. But that's not stopping me from buying weekly now. I bought some at minus 30, or sub 30, sub 35, sub 38, everything under 40. I haven't bought any over 40, because I refuse to. The lower we get, the more I buy. So just do the math. I've also got a nice about $600 in rewards, almost $500, closing it on 6 now on UPHOLD, using the XRP card that you get 3% rewards up to $50 a month. That's been going on for like 8 months now. And they all come in XRP, baby. So, yeah, so another attorney following XRP lawsuit. So just remember, he said there is a list of motions that have been pending for over 6 months. There is no such March 31st deadline as of now. He added that these motions might be sent in at the end of March and the end of September. Another attorney following XRP lawsuit, Bill Morgan, mentioned that the U.S. SEC, in its summary judgment motion memorandum, states that Ripple's counsel, Andrew Sarasny, met with then U.S. SEC Director Bill Hinman in September 2019. It was then advised to register offerings of XRP or stop offering them. So, judge to form decision soon. This argument is expected to absorb more time while forming a decision in the Ripple lawsuit. However, Deaton highlighted that the 6-month list won't impact the case unless Judge Trust doesn't issue a ruling by September. So again, this 6-month list, if she doesn't make a ruling by September, it can push out even longer. My speculation is they could push it to 2025. I don't know how true that's going to be, and that's why I'm going to keep building it up to 2025. Because I could have such a massive holding, I'm not going to need to get to a certain amount that I thought I was going to have to at 10,000. If I could get 22,222, 50,000, build into it like I do my gold and silver until that massive breakout, I'm here and we're going to do it together because I'm in it to win it. Attorney informed that a list by the court will go out by March 31st. So this is, guys, this is just a list that's going out by March 31st, 2023. A lot of people say this is when the final ruling is happening, so please don't get caught up in that bullshit. Ripple vs. SEC case won't be on it, as her ruling hasn't been pending for 6 months. It is expected that it will be the end of September when the case would be reported. Considering the outcome of the XRP lawsuit, the attorney suggested that 2025 would be the earliest the crypto industry might get regulatory clarity. However, Ripple winning the crucial lawsuit won't affect the regulations much, as the war will still continue in the federal court. So you heard it here. Make sure to hit that like button. Consider joining Tom's Army if you got anything out of this, and especially join the channel here on YouTube as we're approaching 15,600 subscribers. And I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to hit that like button.